Salaki. Back in Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 1, I'm going to just read on down and get to the main points. It said a word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord Yahweh saying, hear ye the words of this covenant, and speaking to the men of Judah, which the word Jew comes from Judah, just like you call somebody bruh instead of brother. It says, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and say thou unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of Israel, cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant. And that's why people in these conditions at the end, they have to be up under these heathens, have to go to them for loans, go to their banks, go to their medical facilities, their dentists, so on and so on, to get what they need, because they didn't obey the words of this covenant. Now verse 4 says, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt. And that's when Moses, also known as Mashah in the Hebrew, went up to Mount Sinai to get those commandments. It says, from the iron furnace, saying, obey my voice and do them according to all which I commanded you. So you shall be my people, and I will be your power, that I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. Then answered I and said, so be it, O Yahweh. Now I'm going to let this play a little bit more, because they talk about the guy Bellafor, whatever his name is, how he supposedly helped them get the land. He ain't the Most High. How the hell you going to get the land of somebody?
As Muslims and Christians have fought over their holy city religiously, but they've also fought over the promised land. Who does it belong to?
And the scripture just showed, who does it belong to?
Go back far enough, and all three can stake a claim.
Which is false. All three can't stake a claim, because the scripture clearly tells you, once again, who does it belong to? It says, back again, let me read back up. In verse 5, it says, that I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers, who were the fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It says to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. Then answered I and said, so be it, O Yahweh. I'm going to read on some more before I play that. It says, then the Lord said unto me, proclaim all these words in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, saying, hear ye the words of this covenant, and do them, for I earnestly protest unto your fathers in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt. Until this day, rising early and protesting, saying, obey my voice, yet they obeyed not. Just like now. You know, you bring this stuff out, you try to talk to people about the scriptures or whatever. They might hear you and say they cool with it or whatever. They don't really be with it. They don't really have faith in it. They don't even, most people still think this book was written by white people for white people. But that's not the case though. Which they're not white, they're Edomites. But it says, nor incline their ear, but walk everyone in the imagination of their evil heart. Because you always have people be, oh, God know my heart. Yeah, the imagination of the evil heart. But therefore I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded them to do, but they did them not. Because if you keep these words and serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh righteousness, you're going to be blessed, like mentioned in Deuteronomy. But if you do not according to these words, you end up being cursed. And that's what happens to our people. That's why people be in the ghettos, projects, in these different camps, refugee camps, third world countries and stuff like that, and so on and so on, because they ain't keep the commandments. And I'm going to read on some more and go into what they was doing. In verse 9 it says, and the Lord said unto me, the conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They will turn back into the iniquities of their forefathers, which refused to hear my words. And they went after other gods to serve them. Which you got Easter coming up. You already know who going to be serving that the most. It says, the house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant which I made with their fathers. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. Though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. Because you have people to be like, oh, why it seem like God don't hear us? He ain't trying to hear you. You ain't trying to hear him, so he ain't trying to hear you. And verse 12, it says, then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods unto whom they offer incense, but they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. For according to the number of thy cities were thy gods. So that's a lot of different little deities people serve. Just like now, you got people worshiping all type of stuff, especially down in South and Central America and the Caribbean islands. It says, O Judah, and according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem, have set up altars to that shameful thing, even altars to burn incense and to Baal. And that's what our people do, man. Now I'm gonna let this play some more, and I'm gonna talk about who the temple consists of and why it's set up like that.
Israel is trying to carve out a home here, and the Palestinians are trying to hold on to theirs. And it's this fight that Trump has stepped into with a new plan to solve things. Many have tried before him, and just as many have failed. In the fight to give the Jews their own country, 1917 was big. It's when Arthur James Balfour, the UK's foreign secretary, promised the Jewish people a national home in Palestine. This was the map back then, but it's been changing ever since, and wars have had a lot to do with that.
The time is the summer of 1948, a turning point in history for the people of Palestine, the Promised Land.
The Arab-Israeli War in 1948 was won by Jewish militias who took over a lot of land. 750,000 Palestinians lost everything. It's what they call the Nakba, the catastrophe.
Which the Palestinians, they living in a false identity too, because the word Palestine goes back to the word Philistine, which the Philistines are the Hamites. And go back to the lineage, because back during the time when King David was ruling, and he was fighting against, when he actually fought and slew Goliath, that's where Goliath came from, the Philistines. And those were mighty warriors, tall, big in stature. Just like you see those different basketball players like Manute Bol and so on. I want to say, what's the guy named Dikembe Mutombo? You have different people that's actually from Ham. They might look like us, but that don't mean we exactly the same though. And that's just on genetics and genealogy. I can go on that topic, but that's not what it's about. I want to speak on this topic right here. It's in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. It says, "Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh, and that the Spirit of Yahweh dwelleth in you?" And it's talking about men. That's why you have to carry yourself in a certain manner. Let me see what else I want to read, just for edification's sake. In verse 17 says, "If any man defile the temple of Yahweh, him shall Yahweh destroy, for the temple of Yahweh is holy, which temple ye are." So all this Middle East temple stuff in this Middle East plan, this little stuff right here is gonna come to naught, man. Yahweh shall not dealing with this. Even though he letting them do their own little folly for their demise, but overall he not dealing with it. Now read on to verse 18. They say, "Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world," because you could be wise in this world and talk about pounds and keys and all this other stuff, how to make money, but that ain't no real wisdom. That's bullshit. Now you read on some more. It says, "Let him become a fool that he may be wise." Now you read on some more. It says, "Worldly wisdom is foolishness to Yahweh." And you read on in verse 19. It says, "For the wisdom of this world is foolishness to Yahweh. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness." Back to this right here, this topic, it says, "Wise trumps, Middle East plan so divisive." They gonna get taken in their own craftiness. It says, "And again, the Lord knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain. Therefore let no man glory in man, for all things are yours, whether Paul or Apollos or Cephas, or the world, or life, or death, or things present, or things to come, all are yours. And ye are Hamashiachs, and Hamashiachs is your house." So all these things, this